Good afternoon and welcome back to the Triggered Newscast. Today's April 2nd, 2019, and I have some news for you. Not only has Ilhan Omar been arrested in 2013 for trespassing, she is recently under fresh charges regarding campaign funds violations. Apparently, she spent more than $6,000 to pay off her divorce attorneys and for personal travel. The news was confirmed this morning by Breitbart and several other sources. I'm going to go ahead and link those down in the description. So if you haven't, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please punch the bell like it's Ilhan Omar's head. And I'll show you the evidence now, and we'll see you at the next Triggered Newscast.
Turning now to a controversy brewing in Minnesota over a candidate, her marriage status, and allegations of immigration fraud. Ilhan Omar is poised to become the first Somali-American state lawmaker in U.S. history. But now questions surround her alleged marriage to two men at once, with accusations that one of those marriages is to her own brother, so that he could get into the U.S. Would be immigration fraud. Here to help us make sense of all this is Preya Samsadar. She's a writer who's been following this story very closely on news site Alpha News, Minnesota. Good morning, Preya. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
You've been working very hard on this story. It's a big local story in Minnesota. What is being uncovered? Obviously, it's historic that she's the first female Somali woman elected. What have you found that could be problematic?
First of all, we were able to uncover that there were two marriage licenses, one in 2002 to her cultural husband by the name of Ahmed Hersey, or as we refer to him as Husband 1, and then one in 2009, which was a legal marriage, and that was to a man by the name of Ahmed Noor Saeed Elmi, or who we refer to as Husband 2. As far as we know, there has been no attempts made to divorce Husband 2, and what we do know is that Husband 2 did attend North Dakota State University at the same time as Ilhan Omar.
So you've got two marriages, which is not legal, and also allegations that the reason for the second marriage was to get her brother, so she would be marrying her brother, if that is true, to help him come to the United States. Was that how it's put together?
Yes. We originally found a post by Scott Johnson of Powerline blog where these allegations were brought up on a Somali Spot forum by a member of the Somali community, where he alleged that Ms. Omar did in fact marry her brother in order to bring him into the United States. So I want to get to this.
Ilhan, of course, denies this in a statement, saying a number of baseless, absurd rumors that don't bear repeating have been made recently about my personal life and family. Let me be clear, they are categorically false. I know deeply that the people of District 60B oppose Trump-style misogyny, racism, anti-immigration rhetoric, and Islamophobic division. So is this racism and Islamophobia? Or is she, and why is this not being, mainstream media in Minnesota isn't really covering this? Why not?
I have to say that I think that mainstream media here in Minnesota, they're afraid of being referred to by those Donald Trump-style tactics. I have to tell you, my investigation into the Ilhan Omar controversy has nothing to do with where she's from, the color of her skin, her gender, or her faith. It has to do with a young woman who has said that she wants to run for public office, and there are discrepancies in her background that do allege that she did marry her brother in order to bring him to the United States, therefore committing marriage and immigration fraud.
Priya Samson, our good old-fashioned investigative journalism at Alpha News. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be following this story even more.
Thank you, guys.
You got it.
I think tomorrow's topic for the live cast, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, is going to be on Ilhan Omar. I'm going to try and also create another content piece tomorrow that really highlights all of the video evidence. We'll see you at the next Triggered Newscast.